Let's begin. For the back panel, we will start with 57 chains. The yarn that I'm using is bulky and stretchy, hence the fewer number of starting chains. This will give us 17 inches in width. Now, if you want to adjust the measurement or how many chains to start with, always do an even number plus 1 for turn chain. As mentioned, the last chain is your turn chain, so we will be skipping that and we will be working on the next chain. We will be doing single crochet on every chains until we reach the end of the row. I will meet you there and I will show you what to do next. At the end of row 1, chain 1 and then turn your work. Now we will be doing the same exact thing for 2 more rows, meaning 3 rows of single crochet stitches. Only difference for row 2 and 3 is that we will not be skipping any chains. So you should have the same amount of chains for all 3 rows. I suggest counting every single row just to make sure you have the same number. Once you're finished with row 2 and 3, come back so I can show you what to do next. At the end of row 3, chain 1 and then turn your work. Row 4, we will be doing a different stitch, but first do single crochet on the first chain or V. I do apologize in advance. I don't remember the name of this stitch. I saw it somewhere and I couldn't find it again for the life of me. I'm gonna call it He Who Doesn't Wanna Be Named. Seriously, this is how it goes. Insert your hook on the second chain, grab some yarn. You'll get 2 loops on the hook. Next, we will be working on the chain directly below, which is on the second row. Insert your hook, grab yarn. Now you'll have 3 loops on the hook. Lastly, we will be working on the third row again. Insert hook on the next chain, grab yarn. In total, you'll have 4 loops, then pull through all 4 loops. After that, chain 1, then repeat until you reach the end of the row when you have 1 chain left. I will show you then what to do next. Now, if you are still confused how to do it, just look at the video. I'm going to show it to you one more time. At the end of row 4, you will have 1 chain left. Now still do chain 1 and then we will be closing the row 4 with a single crochet. Once done, chain 1, then turn your work. Row 5 is simple, just do single crochet in each chains or V's until you reach the end of the row. And then row 6 is where we're going to change the stitch. At the end of row 5, chain 2, then turn your work. For row 6, we will be doing a different stitch, a stitch that we all know about. It is called half double crochet. Skip the first chain, then do half double crochet slip stitch on the next chain. And then chain 1, skip the next chain again, then half double crochet on the next one. Repeat the same process until you reach the end of the row, and I will meet you there. When you reach the end of the row, you should still be able to do the same pattern and end with a half double crochet. Now for the rest of the panel, we are basically repeating the entire process from row 1 to 6. Make 3 rows of single crochet, do the unnamed stitch on row 4, do single crochet on row 5, then do half double crochet on row 6. If you want to follow my measurement, it is going to be 18 inches long and 17 inches wide, which means you will have to repeat the pattern 10 times. Then close it with a single crochet. So that's it for the back panel. Now once you're done with this, I will meet you so we can start the front panels. Front panels, we will be starting with 25 chains. After 25 chains, for row 1, skip the turn chain and do single crochet in each chains or V's until the end of the row. If you guys are wondering, yes, the pattern is the same, but for some viewers or beginners who are still learning, it helps to have the continuous flow and not having to rewind the video. So I am just showing you the pattern again. If you all remember the pattern already, you don't have to watch the rest of the front panel tutorial. The width is different, but the height is completely the same, and we will be making 2 of these front panels. It is shorter because we wanted that gap in the middle for the ties. At the end of row 1, chain 1 and then turn your work. Now we will be doing the same exact thing for 2 more rows, meaning 3 rows of single crochet stitches. Only difference for row 2 and 3 is that we will not be skipping any chains. So you should have the same amount of chains for all 3 rows. I suggest counting every single row just to make sure you have the same number. At the end of row 3, chain 1 and then turn your work. Now it's time to do the unnamed stitch, and on row 4, first we are going to do single crochet on the first chain, and then we will proceed with that stitch. I'm just going to remind you how to do it, and here you go. In the next chain, insert the hook, grab some yarn and do the same exact thing on the chain directly below it. Insert, grab some yarn, you'll have 3 loops on the hook. Then we will go back on the third chain on row 3, insert the hook, grab some yarn, you'll have 4 loops on the hook, and then pull through all 4 loops, and that's how you do the stitch. And then don't forget to chain 1 and then repeat the entire process until you're done with 4th row. And just remember that on the 4th row, the last chain should be a single crochet. Now for row 6, we will be doing half double crochet slip stitch, and I will still show you some clips as a guide. Remember that you will be repeating the same exact pattern 10 times, which means you will have 60 rows in total. And then the last row, row 61, you are simply going to do a single crochet all throughout until the end of the row. And that's basically it. All you have to do is make sure that the two panels, the back and the front panels, align. For both panels, it will be 7 inches in width. The starting chain will totally depend on your yarn and how mendable it is. The yarn that I'm using stretches so much. Anyways, 7 inches times 2 equals 14, which leaves 3 inches for front ribbing and tie space. Adjust your measurement accordingly. Just make sure to leave some space in the middle so you can have some space to tie your cardigan. Arms. Start with 47 chains, with last chain being the turn chain. And then once you're done with that, we will do 3 rows of single crochet, just like the front and the back panels. But do remember that for row 1, you skip the last chain because that is your turn chain. Once you're done with the 3 rows of single crochet and you need a refresher, you can come back and I can still show you what to do next. If not, you can come back once you're done connecting all the panels and I can show you what to do next for the ribbing and the ties for the front. For the crocheters who already know what to do next and just wants to know the measurement, it is 18 inches in height and 14 inches wide. For the beginners, I will show you what to do next. While editing, I just realized that I am doing double crochet on the clip, not half double crochet. So I do apologize about that. When I am filming a tutorial, I do try to film every single parts of the project. So I think I am just forgetting what I'm trying to do at this point. I've been filming. all day. But anyways, don't follow what I'm doing on the clip. It should not be double crochet, but it should be half double crochet. The written one is the correct one. So that's it for the arms. That's basically all the panels that we need for the project. Just keep repeating rows 1 to 6 until you have reached the desired height for your arms. And once you're done, connect the panels, and then I'm gonna show you what to do next. I do apologize for beginners. I totally forgot to film how to attach panels together. If you need a guide, I have an in-depth tutorial on my channel. It is the video before this. And no, I did not do this on purpose. It slipped my mind and I already sewed everything before I could film. Anyway, see you in a bit for front ribbing, collar, and ties. First, let us attach our yarn. If you have seen my videos before, I normally tie the yarn to make it secure, but this is totally up to you. Now, chain 1, then single crochet in each row. In total, you should have 61 chains without counting the chain 1. If you want the color, only do single crochet up to the 50th row. Then I will show you what to do next. Now, if you don't want the color, just do single crochet all the way from one side to another for 2 rounds, and I will show you what to do next. Once you are done with 50 single crochets, we will now prepare our project for the color. We have to do slip stitch on this side for 11 rows, then slip stitch all the way around to the other side up to the 11th row as well to make it even. For beginners, slip stitch is simply grabbing some yarn and then pulling through right away. Now we have to do slip stitches, not single crochet, because we wanted a little bit of a dip for the color, so there is a separation. After that, continue doing single crochet until the end of the right panel, then I will show you what to do next. For the last chain on the right panel, do slip stitch. I tested this, and when I did single crochet on the last chain, it looked weird and not straight, hence slip stitch. With that said, chain 1, then repeat the entire process for another round or for row 2, and I will meet you to show you what to do next. When you are doing the second row of slip stitch, my experience is that it can be tight trying to get into that stitches, but that is normal. Also, slip stitch on the chains that are outside, not inside. It might help beginners because I got confused at one point. At the end of row 2, chain 2, and then row 3 is going to be the last row for the front panel ribbing, where we will be implementing our ties. You can follow my pattern or alter where you want the ties to begin or how many ties you want. It's totally up to you. For my pattern, the first tie will start at the 26th chain. But first, for row 3, do double crochet until the 26th chain, and I will show you what to do next. Now that we are at the 26th chain, we will be doing 47 chains for the ties. Now you can alter how long, how short you want the tie to be, but for my pattern, it's 47 chains. Once you're done, I will meet you and I will show you what to do next. Then after 47 chains, do slip stitches in every chains or V's until the end of the row. Then I will meet you to show you what to do next. After making the first tie, continue doing double crochet. Now for my pattern, I did 12 double crochet until the next tie, but you can alter this if you want the space between the two ties to be significantly farther or closer to each other. Now play around with it until you're satisfied. It is time to do our second tie for the left panel. Same process, start with 47 chains, with the last chain being your turn chain, then do slip stitches in each chains or V's. After that, continue doing double crochet until you reach the color part. I will meet you there to show you how to transition. On the last double crochet, chain 1, and then we will be doing single crochet on the sides so that we can reach the color area. Once you reach the bottom, do single crochet on each chains or V's until you reach the other side. As you can see guys, I'm really struggling getting into the slip stitches, but just push through, we are almost done. Some process of this project I did on a fly, so please note there could be minute differences on each side of the panel, but it's very, very minute. Once you reach the other side, leave the last slip stitch chain untouched because we wanted a little dip or separation between the color and the ribbing. I will show you what I mean later on. Then chain 2, turn work, and we will be doing double crochet in each chains or V's, no skips, and you will be repeating this for 4 rows. You can alter this depending on how big you want the color to be. At the end of the last row for the color, chain 1, then do single crochet on the side of the collar to reach the next stitch and to be able to continue working on the right panel. Remember when I said leave one slip stitch untouched? We are going to do single crochet on it, and then we can continue doing the double crochet for the rest of the panel and doing the ties. So that's where the separation is. That's it everyone, just continue doing the same exact thing you did on the left panel on the right panel and make sure everything is even, especially where the tie locations are. And that is it. If you have any specific questions or confusions about the tutorial, feel free to ask and comment down below and I'll be more than willing to help you. But anyways, I hope you liked the tutorial and I hope it makes sense.